Oh, hi, it's me, 4-year-old Dylan, back again. I'm 8 years old now, I've been predicting this series for the last 4 years, and I just can't be bothered anymore. New Super Mario Bros. U is out, but I just don't have the strength for it anymore. I'm tired. All the games are blending together, all my predictions are blending together. I just don't care.
Welcome to the end days. New Super Mario Bros. U is the fourth entry to a series that began 6 years ago, so in other words, welcome to the first of many red flags. Starting life on the DS in 2006, earning a Wii release in 2009, then a doubleheader of New Super Mario Bros. 2 and U on 3DS and Wii U respectively in 2012, there's been a lot of these games, released in such a short span of time, and to be honest with you,
I'm done. Yeah, Santa may have already got his elves to manufacture this game and deliver it to my house on time, but in an act of protest, I'm just not playing this game. I can't be bothered anymore. Hi, it's me, 17-year-old me. I know I haven't aged a day, but that guy over there is a f***ing idiot! You heard them talk about their prediction thing, right? They could just plug a fact out of thin air about the future of the new Super Mario Bros. Series and it would be bang on every time. You know how useful that would be right now? You know how much I don't have that ability right now? I must have lost some magic touch by not using it enough or something. It's like the opposite of riding a bike. I've got to do anything possible to get that back, even if it means playing this game again.
so this was the first stumbling block the game ran into. Coming out within 6 months of an already disappointing New Super Mario Bros. 2 was not a good look at all, and in all honesty, this did nothing to redeem itself. Back when it was just a tech demo, Nintendo introduced the game as New Super Mario Bros. Mii. If this isn't screaming, I'm a rehash of a Wii game on a console that's already a rehash of the Wii, I really don't know what is. And to make matters worse, it was a launch title for the Wii U too, paired with Nintendo Land. Definitely the only move Nintendo can make considering how little New Super Mario Bros. U is doing to stand out so far. I mean, look at this box art. I'd argue Wii stands out more, which, believe it or not, isn't what you want compared to a sequel.
I can't do this. I played through New Super Mario Bros. U before. It was alright, but just bland and uninspired. I played through the first 3 games and they're alright, but just the same. You said I'm gonna have to do it for a 4th time?
Well, if that's your reaction to it, there's not a chance in hell I'll even touch it.
Cap taint. How long have you been in my house?
You put me on timeout on Christmas, right?
Uh-huh.
Since Christmas.
Editor's note! You know, like in comics, okay, whatever. Captain is my longtime friend, short-term enemy, and then short-term friend. I met up with him for the first time in a while at Christmas. He didn't like that I played New Super Mario Bros. I had to put him on timeout.
And you never left the timeout chair?
You never told me how long I had to stay there.
It's always your Asian minutes. You're like 6, right?
Don't assume I'm that young.
Oh, like hell I will. You can't understand basic instructions.
Well, you need to be more clear on what you mean.
You need to leave my house at the end of the day.
In my defense, I thought I was paying rent.
Who said you were paying rent?
The guy, the rent collector on my street.
The rent guy.
My god, I said editors no, not editors argument. Jesus Christ. So New Super Mario Bros. 2 was a relatively disappointing handheld release that failed to live up to a lot of the natural expectations that come with having a big fat 2 in the title. A shame, but it was developed alongside New Super Mario Bros. U. Maybe more of the development efforts went towards U. Maybe it will be significantly different compared to its predecessors. Maybe this is the same shit. This is the same shit. This is the same shit. Good lord, couldn't even give us a new menu. Is this even a new animation? Somehow, there's actually a big change in the series. Unfortunately, that big change is about as big as me, because ultimately it doesn't amount to much. Instead of grabbing Peach and leaving, Bowser takes a different approach and throws Mario all the way to Acorn Plains, otherwise known as the legally distinct and copyright safe version of the Mushroom Kingdom. It's just another safe grass plains themed World 1, but it does mean we have to journey back to the Mushroom Kingdom as opposed to Bowser's lava themed World 8. Only problem is Bowser is now occupied the Mushroom Kingdom and turned into a lava themed World 8. God f***ing damn it, Nintendo. And that's about the only different when it comes to world progression. The world map is now different, as it's one connected landscape as opposed to 8 separate chunks you have to transition between and load separately. And while that's cool, it's ultimately nothing more than an aesthetic change. I do prefer it over the setup in the last 3 games, but again, it's not a major change and it's not redeeming this game for me so far.
Okay, ready to begin. You good?
I'm sorry?
The game. You're playing it. You've stayed in my house rent-free for the last 6 months. The least you could do is help me play this game.
Fine, I'll help. But after I'm done with this series, I never want to hear it mentioned ever again.
Oh, you won't have to worry about that. Once I've invented time travel and got my predictions back, I am never touching this repetitive-ass series ever again.
I'd say the only real difference between Acorn Plains and the Mushroom Kingdom is a slight change in green hue. It's centered around the Acorn Suit power-up, which is nice and cool, but it's ultimately a flight/gliding based power-up immediately after the last two flight/gliding based power-ups. Are we just destined to receive flight-based power-ups as the focal points of these games forever? Oh right, it's the last one, never mind. The mini mushroom also returns. I'm indifferent, but we also get these baby Yoshi creatures that can be used as almost holdable power-ups. They show up around the world map and you can pick them up and take them between levels, also known as exactly how regular Yoshi should have functioned. Anyways, my favourite one is the pink balloon one because it's the most overpowered. Acorn Plains 1-1. Good lord, I'm already asleep, that's a new record. I'll give them props for at least trying to change the series staple here, but swapping out a grass area for another grass area isn't exactly throwing out the playbook, especially when that grass area's second stage is another underground level. That's 4 underground 1-2s on the bounce now. Nintendo, we get it. Super Mario Bros. Happened. I enjoyed it, but I don't need reminding of it every time with another underground level.
What the hell? You just cleared that in like 30 seconds.
Wasn't even that hard. It's a tough level, but good players like me beat it first try.
It's the second stage.
Yeah, but it's the second stage. Way to rain on my parade, mister. The game's asking me to post it to Miiverse. I wouldn't do that if they didn't think the achievement was that good.
There's Miiverse integration. Let's check it out, alright. God, I guess I'll talk about the physics and gameplay then. Christ, Nintendo. Way to force my hand. I gotta say, 4 tries at making the same game really helps you nail it. I don't think the physics are too dissimilar to, say, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but there's just something about moving in this game that clicks. It feels fun to just blast through levels, at least to me. Where the game really drops the ball though is the tower stages, or more so the end of them, the tower boss fights. They suck. They're probably the easiest they've ever been, which is really shitty, obviously. Always the same method to defeat them, always the same 3 jumps on the head. Last time I talked about New Super Mario Bros. 2, I had a big rant about how they could make these bosses feel more unique to tackle, but blatantly refused to, and my thoughts are the exact same here. We could so easily see a boss battle that requires a fire flower, but Nintendo just don't want to, clearly.
Aren't we supposed to be inventing time travel right now?
Oh, right.
Well, here's one idea. You know the speed of light, right?
I mean, we're not exactly on speaking terms, but sure, I know of them.
It's got a hard limit. It's quick, but it's not instantaneous.
But I could beat them in a foot race.
Well, what reflects the light?
Me, because I'm such a star.
Cute, but mirrors reflect light.
So if we bring enough mirrors, or reflective surfaces together, maybe we can go back in time that way? I'm honestly surprised that sounds halfway plausible.
Yeah, a lot of thinking during 6 months of time out.
Moving into World 3, where we get a choice between Sparkling Waters and Frosted Glacier. Let me just check my big stack of image macros here, and yeah, that fits. You want to play through the reused beach theme or the reused winter theme? Call it. Either option merges back into the same path immediately after anyways, and regardless, this game is getting so mind-bogglingly easy, it's making me want to tear my hair out strand by strand. Seriously, at least at this point in the game, I didn't stop breezing levels in 30 seconds. That 1-2 wasn't a fluke. You really can just switch your brain off and absolutely steamroll this game if you're good enough. And in World 1, I understand that. It's meant to be an intro world, but it shouldn't be this easy for this long. If you're trying to be accessible for people who have limited Mario experience, yeah, I do get it. But I think there's ways to design your levels to be smarter and more challenging for players with experience, as well as a good entry point for newcomers, rather than making me dumber for the sake of a beginner-friendly game.
I think Galaxy 2 is worse than Galaxy 1 because it's more linear.
What?
Oh, sorry, this game is sharing my brain away.
But after World 3, or whichever World 3 you pick, I don't know, love is love, we get thrown into an airship level. We have to fight Bowser Jr., who actually has a pretty unique, fully underwater boss fight. At least it's better than Wendy's New Super Mario Bros. 2 underwater boss fight. Here we have to use his bullet bills to send him flying away. It's a relatively unique twist for a new Super game. I mean, when was the last time we had an airship rush us out of nowhere?
Last week.
And you didn't tell me?
But then it's straight back to the status quo with Soda Jungle. Never been a big Soda fan, I stick to water, this one isn't doing much for me again. Sorry if any of this has seemed repetitive so far, but I think that's honestly a good metaphor for where I am with this game. I'm so fucking tired of it. There's no creative spark here, just like usual. There's no real hook here, just like usual. There's been small signs of Nintendo trying to turn it around or make the game better and different from its predecessors, but you can cover these levels in as many connected world maps and surprise airship sequences. No matter what, if the art style looks the same as the last 2 and the levels play the same as the last 3, it's not going to feel any better. If it looks like a bland game, swims like a bland game, and quacks like a bland game...
Got it! It's a duck!
Close. It's actually Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022. But anyways, we've got to get a move on, dude. I'm already halfway through the game and we've made no progress on the time travel stuff.
Could you not just stop playing the game?
Nope. Strict Monday wall run schedule. I'm locked in now.
Okay, well, have you got a mirror anywhere?
Let me go check out back.
You know, the gamepad mirrors your gameplay from the TV. Has a few other features too. Tries to mask itself as a player 5. I laughed, to be honest. Named Boost Mode, the gamepad basically acts as an extra body. An extra body that can create these disappearing blocks that players can jump onto. If you're in the hands of someone responsible, this can work quite well. A star coin looks just out of reach. Well, why don't you just cheat? You can even hit enemies to make them fly back or go into their shell. It's a nice way to make people feel included. But it doesn't compare to actually playing the damn game. I'm sorry. It's a nice feature, a decent way to utilize the gamepad, but it's doing nothing. No one is actually voluntarily taking this over an extra character unless they want to be massively irresponsible and start being a nuisance to others. Because who in their right mind would do that?
I'm not blocking you.
Dude, stop I can't play this game when you're blocked. Dude, come on, stop blocking me.
I'm placing the blocks where you need to go.
But I can't get to the start. Man, you're such a shitty Super Mario Bros. U player. Honestly, the star coin is right there. Just place the block and let me get it.
You're such a time traveler. I'm doing all the legwork here. You're just playing a stupid Mario Piss Brothers game.
Not even going to justify that joke with a reaction. Just help me set up this whole mirror hypothesis thing. Christ.
You know, as much as I've ripped on this game, its power-ups, the level design, the bosses, the difficulty, the tiny changes to make things seem like they're experimenting, but ultimately come together to make the exact same game as the last three. World 6 took me by surprise. Rock Candy Mines features what I would consider to be the most unique world in the entire game purely because of how long it is. There's 2 whole towers here, and a unique boss. I feel like I'm dreaming. Why did they pick World 6 of all times to actually improve the game significantly? I have no idea. But we get interesting world mechanics other than just minor mini-boss fights. These red and blue switches that alternate between these red and blue bridges. Does it ever result in a challenging puzzle? Not from what I played, but it was still something unique that took me by surprise a little. Even if that's by default, because absolutely nothing else in this game took me by surprise. Seriously, it's straight back to the status quo again going into World 7. And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way because it doesn't explain how World 6 was that good. Did Nintendo just wake up on the right side of the bed and say, let's make Rock Candy Mines a level above the rest of this game because it would be so funny for people to deal with while going back in time to meet and interrogate their 4-year-old selves?
Oh, right, the time travel bit. May as well see how they're getting on. Oh my god!
No, now it's showing me my room from when I was younger. And it looks bang on too. Cap, we did it!
Made up science fiction theories win again.
And look at this. I can even use the buttons to change what timeline I'm hopping into. Like, look at this one.
Oh my god, where am I? What am I doing here? Who are you people?
Okay,
what
never mind, I
is
think
this?
I
Who
got
brought me here? What am I doing?
Well, anyways, this is great news. Well, how do you plan on getting in there?
Well... Have you ever heard of World 8 New Super Mario Bros?
We're thrown into another airship level just before World 8, a good long one. And honestly, it really does feel like the game's trying to go out with a major bang here, which amounts to more like a whimper in New Super Mario Bros. Terms, but you get what I'm trying to say. The improved World 6, the airships, hell, even the return to the Mushroom Kingdom just feels a little grander compared to what we're used to here. Just ever so slightly more unique, which is what I've been asking for this entire time, but now that it's here, I'm a little bit indifferent. I'll chalk it up to fatigue, personally. I'm straight up tired of this game. There are 3 alternate modes that I just haven't mentioned because I don't have the strength for it anymore. It's all the same. It all blends into one. Even the new and improved Mushroom Kingdom World 8 just feels like a shorter regular World 8 because the actual changes in-game are so tiny I can barely notice them. The burnout that plagued people in 2012 has managed to sink its teeth into me over an entire decade later.
Okay, I'll drop in there, try and explain everything, and get on before much time has passed. Go sit on timeout or something. Don't destroy my house.
Well, don't have to tell me twice.
Well, wish me luck.
I'm the first person to ever time travel. Better say something profound and meaningful. A motto, no, a manifesto to inspire future generations for years to come. We've gone back to the No, ruin it. Moment's gone. Moment's gone.
The final level is sort of split in 2 parts. We enter Peach's castle, then fight gigantic Bowser on the roof of Peach's castle. Okay, so this is now the 3rd gigantic Bowser in a row, and somehow, they regressed even further with this one. The new Super Mario Bros. Wii final boss is cool. We have to physically run away from Bowser while he destroys the environment around us, but this just feels a little pathetic. No auto-scroll, just dodge Bowser Jr.'s attack so you can hop on his little Tyke's baby's first war weapon and slam yourself into Bowser. And you'll never believe this. 3 strikes and he's gone! It all comes back to that damn tower fight system. I don't like this boss. The attacks are easy as piss to dodge. It's super easy to hit Bowser. And after New Super Mario Bros. Wii 2 and Galaxy 2, I have lost all motivation to be excited for a gigantic Bowser. This sucks. This reeks. Good night.
Okay. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions. I mean, not really. I'm 4 years old. You ever played Thomas the Tank Engine Hero Over Rails? What? Well, yes, of course I have, but just let me sit down. Let me explain everything. This is going to sound crazy to you, and I don't blame you if you don't believe me. But I'm me from the future? Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, do you know why I'm here? Not really. You ever heard of Thomas the Tank Engine? Such a good series. Jesus, I was a strange kid. Okay, listen. You have the power to predict the future of the new Super Mario Bros. Series, right? Yeah, that's the thing. I just sort of sit there and... boom. They're going to release the next one for the next handheld Nintendo coming out with. Yeah, okay, that one's accurate. Didn't take a genius to figure that one out, though. But listen to me, dude. You have to keep playing these games. Why should I? You're just someone who walked into my room, and I'm just a 4-year-old kid. Okay, but I'm not just a dude, I'm you from the future. And I'm just a 4-year-old kid. I don't know why you're trying to pressure me into stuff I don't want to do when all I want to do is play Thomas the Tank Engine. But it will benefit both of us. We're the same person. Are we? Because there's one pair of hands holding the DS right now and another pair of hands trying to strangle me. Okay, you know what? You win. Don't play New Super Mario Bros. U. There's a you. I guess we'll both just have our prediction powers slowly waste away while you sit around playing Thomas the Tank Engine Hero Over Rails. What is your obsession with that game? But if we're the same person, isn't it your mistakes? Why have you come back in time just to yell at your past self for doing something that they enjoy? Why are you so hell-bent on getting me to fix your own issues, rather than just acting in the present? What the hell am I doing with my life? Hilariously deep introspection by my past self aside, I invented a way to travel backwards in time, but I didn't invent a way to travel forward in time, and since I'm not going the long way around for 13 years, the only other option is to try... Did it work? Wait, how long has it been? Oh my god, did I ever shoot? Is this some weird, not so distant future where consoles are all digital only and robots are taking us over and made us all mindless husks of ourselves rotting away in our homes?
That's a lot of things to happen in 10 minutes.
You know, I didn't expect to feel both the least relieved and the most relieved to see you in my house today.
Here's an idea. Flip back round to that first feeling and let me leave.
Alright, I get it, you want to go home, but at least let me predict something first. Surely you don't want to do all of this just to see me not predict something.
Alright, fine. Just do it quickly. I want to go home.
Right. Well, that was complete enough waste of time. I guess what's done is done. I'm never getting these predictive powers back, and it's 4-year-old me's... No. It's my fault. I should learn to appreciate what I have more. Again, considering I already did it at Christmas, but I'm doing it in a different way this time. Now I'm taking responsibility. It's time to stop hiding behind 4-year-old me, 5-year-old me, 8-year-old me. I didn't give this game a fair shot when I first got it, and now I'm suffering the consequences for it, and it's my fault. Did it disappoint me when I fully ended up going for it and reviewing it? Yeah, but I still appreciate what it tried to do. The airships, the slight plot deviations, the unexpected World 6 comeback, it at least tries to do unique things here and there, but it's almost stifled. Like there are small gasps of air where the developers go, hey, we can develop a unique 2D Mario still, but it just gets drowned out. And yet, ultimately, that is the final new Super Mario Bros. Game. I've finally covered them all. There's no going back now. I've journeyed through time, I've interacted with my past self, and we haven't even got to new Super Luigi yet. Oh my f***ing god.